Alright, welcome to a special edition of Commander Corner. Today I've got Michael Barter here, who is the organizer and runner of the Melbourne Tiny Leaders League. I've asked him down here because I decided that I would check out Tiny Leaders, as technically it falls under the Commander banner, and so I just thought I'd introduce him and let him give a spiel about why he likes Tiny Leaders so much.
Sure. First of all, really appreciate being here, and thanks for the invite. It's good to get the word out and share the format that I love playing, and get more people involved, because obviously it's like Voltron. The more you get together, the better it is.
Yeah.
So Tiny Leaders, as a bit of a rundown, just like Commander, you need to have a legendary creature as your general or Tiny Leader, and the biggest difference is that there's only a converted mana cost 3 or less limits on the format. So only the smallest of the small can get in this arena, and that's for your general and all your cards in your library. As well as that, they've scaled back the deck size, so it's only 50 cards, and you can only have a 10-card sideboard.
Yep.
So the intention is that this is a competitive event, competitive game, and it's meant to be one-on-one, whereas Commander is often...
Play it as a multiplayer pod.
Yeah, so between 4 to 10 to infinite.
Depends how long you want that game to go for.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you said, we were having a bit of a discussion earlier, you were saying that you guys ran through some numbers and were going through many of the different commanders or tiny leaders that are legal in the format.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find when you did that number crunching?
In general, the best decks and the best colors are the ones with the best leaders with the best abilities. So as a result, a good example is that there's no Sultai leader. So as a result, it is the worst leader because it doesn't influence the game whatsoever other than its color identity.
Yeah.
Whereas a commander like Marith, we actually found was the best general because it has the best abilities, being able to make a huge board of 1/1s, generate a bunch of mana, or be able to go for a fireball to the face.
Yeah.
Shu Yung overall was the best performing commander because it's color identity.
Yeah.
So even though Marith is the best general, it's the worst colors in red, green, and white, whereas Shuring is the strongest colors in blue, red, and then white.
Yeah.
So that change from green to blue is just such a large advantage that overall we found that this was the best general.
And now, so you just had your first league finish.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find that go?
It was really good. We had 16 people participate, which is really nice. Though there was, because the format when I made the league was not new, but it was first getting its global attention. And there's quite a few errors in deck registration, what was legal, what wasn't legal. So after the first 2 rounds, smoothed that all out, went really well, and I've almost got 100% positive feedback on the league. So it was really good, and I'm looking forward to running the second one.
So when you start the second one, are you thinking of changing up the rules or how things play at all, or?
At the moment, it's based on number of attendance, so it's Swiss +1. So there'll be so this time it was 6 rounds, so hopefully around about the same length. But the changes I'm thinking about doing is increasing the game limits from 3 to 5, sideboard after the second game. So if anyone's familiar with the Melbourne Modern League, that's how they do it there. And as well as that, I gave the option of people changing their decks every week.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that so you can only change your deck once a fortnight.
Okay.
So that will affect 15. That won't affect 15 of the 16 players. It only really affect the person who came second, Alec, who had a unique deck every single week.
Okay. So you said he had a unique deck every week. What kind of command or tiny leaders did he grace the Melbourne League with?
Alec performed. He came second of the league. And in general, it was blue. So at one point it was Vendilion Click. Another point it was Shu Yung. Another one was not Stoneforge Mystic. He always plays Stoneforge Mystic though. So he just pretty much bounced around that. He played Ixava the Blood Witch at one point. So he definitely tried to find the best deck for him. And in the end, he settled on a blue deck.
Yeah, so who actually ended up taking the league the first time?
It was Michael Yoznov, who I know is a big commander guy. And he played Anafenza, and he won with that. And he played that through the entire league through. And the reason why he played Anafenza is because he had a Korean foil version. So he thought this is the only time he's ever going to play with his Korean foil. Anafenza was in a Tiny Leaders League, so that's why he chose Abzan.
No, sounds like a good... Abzan's my favorite color combination. So we're actually going to be doing some Tiny Leaders games, which we'll be putting up after this. Do you want to show the tiny leader that you
Sure.
brought?
So I brought Shu Yung, and it's what I feel is the most competitive and the best general. So that's why I brought him along.
And me being the commander combo player that I am, I've actually brewed up an Anima Storm deck. So we'll see how that goes. And I've got a white weenie of the new Kythanon or Gideon Battleforged. So we'll see how that holds up as well. So, and if we've got a bit more time, I am still brewing another deck, which is Valros. So if we get the time, we'll be putting that one together and
Yeah, that'd be
putting
sweet.
it through its paces as well.
Cool.
So again, yeah, I'd like to thank you for coming and
Oh well, thank you for having me.
trying to expand the tiny leaders to the masses.
Yeah, it would be really cool if we could get more people.
Yeah. So when you
The next one. So I was meant to go to Korea, but that didn't happen. So it's going to happen within the next 2 weeks. So once I get back into uni, get that sorted out, going to get straight back into the league.
Yeah. So and if anyone in Melbourne is interested in joining it, how can they?
Oh, it's on Facebook, and we organise it through Facebook at Melbourne Tiny Leader League. So
Yep.
type that into Facebook, and then you should be able to get it. And as well as that, yeah, you'll be able to find it all there.
Yep. So did you have a rough date when you were thinking about it?
I think I was doing around the 15th of August,
Yep.
and that's after my deferred exams. So
Okay.
get those over and done with, and then start the next
Straight
league.
into tiny leaders.
Yep.
Now, just to give the people at home a bit of a history, how long have you been playing Magic for?
I started in 6th edition.
Yeah.
When started in 6th edition, and then I stopped playing before 5th Dawn. So I did the Darksteel pre-release, and then I stopped. Then I came back for the Alara Reborn pre-release, and since then I've been playing consistently, amassing quite a large collection of
Yep.
cards.
And apart from tiny leaders, what other formats do you enjoy to play?
At the moment, it's mainly. At the moment, I've been playing a lot of Magic. I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. But in general, it's the older formats. A lot of Highlander,
Yep.
and sometimes Legacy, depending on the event, and a lot of Draft. A lot of Draft on Modo.
Yeah. So do you find, like, out of the sealed formats, that draft is the more preferred version, or?
It depends on the time of day. At the start of the format, I like playing Sealed, because that's the best way to learn all the cards the quickest, is
Yep.
playing lots of Sealed. But then towards the end, about 2 weeks into the format, then it's just like solid Draft.
No problem. And again, yeah, thank you very much.
Cool.
And let's get these games going.
It'll be sweet.